Good morning, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. It's Q&A Wednesday, all your voice questions answered. If you are seeing this live, we are streaming to Facebook inside my Find Your Voice Aspiring Speakers Club and also live on YouTube. Now you'll see that I have a very different background here today. It's because I am on holiday in Surfers Paradise, Queensland, Australia. And yes, whoops, wrong way. StreamYard mirrors. You can see the beach behind me. It is absolutely spectacular. So if it's a little bit noisy and you can hear the ocean or some drilling outside, my apologies for that. It is what it is. But today it's all about you and your voice. Now, on my YouTube channel, I have thousands and thousands of people asking me questions. Absolutely love it. My YouTube channel is going crazy at the moment. Now, a lot of people have asked me about voice, of course. No surprise there, being a voice coach. But this question did surprise me. It was always, I have a really loud, annoying voice, and everybody tells me to keep it down, but I don't know how, and all I can do is whisper. So this is the question that I'm going to answer for you today. A lot of people get this wrong. The same as singers and speakers. So if you are a singer, this is absolutely pertinent to you. And in fact, let me tell you a little story about why it's pertinent to you. As a singer for 35 years, I did a lot of different types of gigs. And one of the gigs that I had that I absolutely loved was a beautiful Italian restaurant where I was singing quite a few nights a week early in my career, in my early 20s. And I was doing that gig and I sang all these beautiful, relaxing songs and with a 9-foot grand in the corner with the dance floor. It was so beautiful and so classy. I could wear my ball gowns. It was just lovely. But you had to sing like this, really soft, to make it really sexy and jazzy-like, right? But here's the thing. If you don't know how to keep your voice down, speaking or singing, sometimes you're going to either ruin your voice or build walls between people. The reason is loud noises affect people. Loud noises can trigger people. And so if you have one of those big, booming, annoying, really loud voices, people are not going to be able to listen to you for a long time. Now, this is a problem, of course, in corporate and also in business, because if you have an annoying voice, people are going to try to escape from you all the time. So this is what happened in this restaurant when I was singing. I was approached by a record company because I was also doing a bit of coaching on the side. And they said, hey, this young girl is just about to release her single and she needs some live experience. She's got zero live experience. Interesting, huh? So she had zero live experience. Sorry, I'm sweating. My glasses are sliding. She had zero live experience. And so they wanted me to give my stage space, for one time a week for a couple of songs, just to give her a little bit of live experience. Oh my God, what a bad mistake. My audience and the staff and everybody in the restaurant were used to having that beautiful, jazzy, sweet tone. She stood up behind the piano and I said, it's okay, it's not a show. Just let's sit down and chill. She said, I can't sit down and sing. It's impossible. I can't sit down and sing. I thought, oh, what's going on? This is a rookie singer, has no idea. She stood up and freaking blasted the entire room to pieces with some massive, I think it was Mariah Carey song at the time. Oh my God, she shouted. And everybody almost put their hands over their ears because that's all she could do. She had one volume, 11. And that was it. Some people have a loud voice. If you don't know how to regulate your voice, it could cause issues in your relationships and at work. So that's what we're covering today. Let's see who is here. Yay, thank you. Nice to see you. Nick, I'm glad you posted in the page. Fantastic. I've got some of my students We've got some of my students watching here. Yes, isn't it beautiful? It's actually live and it's actually at the surf. I'm so, so, so happy to be here. It's so nice. It feels like a real holiday when you're by the beach for some reason. I don't know why, but it just does. Anyway, let's dive in. If you are watching this at the Voice of Confidence TV live in YouTube, remember you can post underneath the video just like these people have done in Facebook, and I can actually see you and I can show, whoops, how do I show this? Oh, I've got the wrong banner. Hello, ticker tape. Oh, here it is. This one, that's what I wanted to show. So when you're posting below this video, whether it's in Facebook or whether it's in YouTube, I can actually see them coming into my comments here on the side in StreamYard. So please, any questions that you have while I am live is the perfect place to answer them, because you've got free training, bingo, right here. Instead of paying hundreds of dollars per hour to work with me privately, you get me for free twice a week. So check it out and ask me any questions, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Fantastic. Hello from Belgium. Nice to see you. Facebook user, it doesn't tell me your name. I'm not quite sure, but happy to have you here. Oh, this is probably Chris that told me about the echo last week. So thank you very much for watching, Chris. Thanks for tuning in. All right. So speakers and singers alike, listen up. If you are not using your voice correctly, you are going to be doing the following things wrong. You're not going to be using back pressure and support, and you're probably not using your articulators properly. Now, that girl that I was telling you about that sang at volume 11, and that's all she could do, she had no idea how to modulate her voice and bring it down, but still keep it clean. You see what I just did? I am not whispering. When I lower the volume of my voice, it's actually quite easy, but I have to think and prepare and use some muscles. I have to switch some muscles on, not off, guys, on, to make sure that I can speak clearly to you at the same time and not be heard by the person at the next table. So why do we need to keep our volume down? Lots and lots of different reasons. Number one, my mother is scared of loud voices and loud noises. My father drives her crazy because he's got a booming loud voice, big British loud voice, and he just has no idea how to calm it down. And so many people have this idea. Now, my dad doesn't care. That's good, and that's fine. But my mother does, and it drives her crazy. So if you've got someone who's been driven crazy by your voice because it's too loud and you've been told to keep it down, please put it in the comments, and because this video is for you. And if you are the one who asked for this video on YouTube, please pop it in the comments below, because I'm doing it for you. Now, let's dive in. Number one, if your voice is too loud, you can check it. This is how you check it. You can open on your phone. I don't have my phone. You can open on your phone a decibel meter. I just downloaded a free decibel meter. They're readily available for most people on their phone. If that's too noisy, let me know. Pop it in the comments, because there's somebody with a machine outside, 51 floors down, mind you, that I can actually hear, and it might be a bit noisy. The decibel meter was quite useful, because when I'm speaking at a normal rate like this, you can hear that, or you can see on your decibel meter, it's about 50 decibels. So that volume is pretty normal for a normal conversation. Now, if you're whispering like that and adding a lot of airflow to your sound, that's only about 30 decibels. And it's not very useful. Whispering is not useful unless you're in church or something. You really don't need to whisper. It's not good for your voice. It doesn't sound good, and it's not a very good technique. I'm going to close that window because this is quite loud. One sec. I think there's a crane or something on the roof next door, so that's a bit annoying. Sorry about that. So what I want to teach you today is not how to whisper, is how to regulate your decibels by choice. So for instance, when I raise my decibels to say 80, hi guys, it's so nice to see you here. You can see that I'm using a lot more energy and effort, but I'm using it inside my body. I'm not using it from my throat muscles. Super important. When you're whispering, I'm forcing air through my vocal folds so you can still hear me, and it's exhausting. You don't want to do this to your voice. It doesn't sound good and it doesn't feel good. Now, singers do this too. They add too much airflow to their voice. You give me fever, fever. And it becomes very whispery and light, but completely lacking in presence of vocal sound. So today I'm going to show you a couple of ways that we can change that. Now, when you're using your decibel meter, when you're playing with your meter, what I want you to look at is, can I speak clearly on lesser volume with the things that I'm going to teach you today at about a 50 decibel rate, so the person on the next table cannot hear you, The person in the meeting next door cannot hear you. And when you're inside the house, you're not going to wake up the baby or the children. You're using your inside voice, but without whispering. It's very easy to do, and I'm going to show you the 2 steps that we need to do that. So number 1 is, first question is, are we keeping our engine on or off? Now, as a voice coach, a holistic voice coach, I talk about this a lot because a lot of people have no idea about their engine. You do not use your voice, guys, from your throat muscles. You do not. It's just not, it's not the way the voice is used. However, most people default to their throat muscles because they think, when I'm speaking loud or speaking softly, I'm going to just push things through my throat. They're thinking that the airflow has to flow higher at a higher volume to be heard by people across the room. Sorry, this is myth busting here today. That is absolutely not true, because the less volume you use allows you to be heard more clearly. Think about this. If you've got airflow coming through, airflow's noisy. Airflow is not clean. So if I spoke to you with lots of airflow, hi, I'm speaking to you with lots of airflow now, and now I'm going to switch my engine off. So now I'm just using way too much airflow, and I'm going to be very breathless in a moment and run out of air. So if I was speaking or singing like that, it's exhausting. The more airflow you drive through your vocal folds, it's so tiring. You're just running out of air constantly. So do you run out of air constantly? Is that something that's going on with you? You're using too much air. So let's do a little experiment. I want you to put your hands on your side muscles like this. I'll show you where my side muscles are. Just here. Shh, shh. So if I do this sound, shh, shh, like be quiet, shh, shh. See what happens? My tummy is driving the sound. My tummy is my accelerator pedal. Shh, shh. And when I do it right, these muscles, shh, shh, engage. So many people get this wrong. If you are not speaking correctly with your engine on, using your belly muscle as your accelerator pedal and your side muscles as your support, you're not going to be speaking in a clear, loud, and articulate tone. And the reason is because you just haven't got your engine switched on. If I was super lazy and spoke quietly with no engine on, it would have nothing going on at the sides. So let me switch off and show you the sound so you can hear the sound is going to change. Hi, my name is Lisa James. It's really nice to be here, and see, because I'm using so much airflow, I can't really do much. I can raise my pitch a little bit, but it's not going to get very far because I'm just using too much air. If I'm not using my engine and switching everything on correctly, you're going to get less volume, or you're going to get pushed volume. Some speakers do the opposite. They absolutely push their voices like that. A-type personalities, especially people who are very have a very high bar set for themselves in life. If they have really high expectations of themselves, they will push their voice too far, especially if they have an A-type personality. They like to be heard. They like to be on stage. They're extroverts. They like the sound of their own voice. The problem is, if they're not using their voice correctly, they're going to lose it very, very quickly. Oh my God, my legs are going to sleep. Okay, got to change position because my legs are going to sleep. Kneeling on my legs too long. Let's change tacks here and see who's here. Chris, from OM VMS. Thank you for joining us, Chris. A different Chris. Nice, from VMS. I'm not sure what VMS is. I would love to know. So pop that in the chat for me. That would be great. Hi, Chris. It's nice to have you here. So number 1 is check out what decibels that you need to speak at, because when you need to speak in a group, for instance, you need more volume. So you might need to play with your decibel meter and then practice at least at a 75 to 80 volume. So if 75 to 80 volume is about here, and you'll notice that when I need to switch on my engine, I can also raise my voice, raise my pitch, and raise my volume at the same time to reach the back of the room. Now, under no circumstances am I using my throat muscles. Absolutely not. I'm using my engine. Engine is on. Engine is off. Okay, so hopefully you guys get that now. So we're just talking about, is the engine on or is the engine off? Now next, super simple, This is what people do wrong as well so many times. Oh my God, I've got, my legs have gone to sleep. It's really funny. Okay, sorry about that. Articulators. How many people do not know about their articulators? So many people mumble and monotone, do not use their braking system here. If you are not friendly with your teeth, your tongue, your lips, and your jaw and paying attention to that, people are not going to be able to hear you. You do not need to whisper to articulate carefully or rather precisely. You do not need to whisper at all unless it's for a specific purpose, like trying not to wake the baby. But if you spoke like this with your engine on at a lower pitch and slightly more airflow, but with your engine on, this would also not wake the baby. And now I'm using my voice correctly and I'm not going to damage it. So here's the thing. I work with a lot of really high-end speakers, and those speakers, when they don't get trained properly, they think that after an 8-hour event or a multi-day event, I've been working with Aaron Sansoni Troop and then also with Tony Robbins, those people, when they do long events like that, they think they need to stop and whisper to save their voice. But here's the thing. If you do that, you're going to damage your voice even more. You don't want to damage your voice. Do not whisper ever. If you are a high-end voice user, like these clients that I was telling you about, if you speak 8 hours a day, do not rest your voice by whispering. It's the worst thing you can do. You must engage all of your muscles and your articulators and speak clearly at a lower volume. This is why I don't like the word soft. Because when we use the word soft, you can hear that just the sound of the word sounds like I need more air. You actually don't need too much more air. You just need your support system to be on, your engine, your back pressure to be on, and clearly articulate. And now I'm probably speaking at about 40 decibels, a very low, quiet conversation. One thing I noticed when I was living in America for many years is that naturally Americans seem to be more confident, more outgoing, more gregarious. And so when I had the shock of my life when I moved there for the first time. When I moved to the States in 2001 or whatever it was, I could hear the conversation of people 10 tables away. I actually counted because we're Australians and we're quiet, much more quiet. But it was weird to sit at a coffee table with my husband having this conversation, a quiet conversation, us being Europeans, we'd just moved from Europe at the time, knowing how to keep it down and how to be quiet and how to be intimate in a conversation. But 10 tables away, I could loudly hear every single word from the people across the room. Now, people like that are just not aware of how loud their voice is and how far they carry. And they don't realize how they're affecting other people. So if you have a loud voice, try to be a little bit considerate of the people around you, learn these techniques and lower your volume. We don't need to be loud all the time. Sometimes people really need attention, and so they're loud because of a need inside to be seen and to be heard. It's not the way to get attention. It's just not. It doesn't work. You're going to build a wall instead of building a bridge. And everything that I teach is about conscious communication between two people so we can build more bridges, so we can connect heart to heart with other human beings. Because let's face it, I tell this to all of my students, the quality of our communication is directly related to our happiness and our fulfillment. And I will say that until I die, because I believe it 100%. Think about it. If your voice and the way that you're communicating with people is building walls, not bridges, you will know, because you'll be frustrated. You'll be thinking people are attacking you. You'll be in that attack defend mode a lot of the time. You'll have lots of difficult conversations. You'll be dropping friends. You won't get the promotion at work. All these things will be happening in your life. Now, they're not other people's fault. We have to take full responsibility for our own life and our own goals and our own dreams and our own, let's say, trajectory through life. So if you want to go up, You want to raise your vibration if you want to become a better person, if you want to get a better job, more pay, if you want to increase your business revenue, then start thinking about conscious communication and how you're affecting other people. How are you showing up for them? Because it's never about you as a speaker. It's always about your audience. Write that down. Let me go back to the comments before we finish up today. I'm sweating like a trooper here. The same Chris from Belgium, a fellow student at Owen's video. Oh, fantastic. Thank you. I'm in Owen's group. I love Owen's group. I need to hang out more there. So thank you so much for being here, Chris. That's super, super awesome. Isn't that view just to die for this way? Oh my God, it's so beautiful. So I'm going to go and sit on the balcony, have my coffee and my breakfast. It's been an absolute pleasure to be with you guys today. And coming from Queensland, Australia today, just for this week. And also remember to tune in on Friday for the Experts Interview Live. I have a treat for you. I have a hypnotherapist who is absolutely the ants pants. I will post about that tomorrow and let you know what we're going to talk about. But if you want to know about hypnotherapy and NLP, here's the bomb. You've got to come and join us. It's 8:30, same time on Friday. Wherever you are in the world, you'll see it posted on Facebook. So this is the Voice of Confidence TV. If you're watching this live on Facebook, this is going live also in the Voice of Confidence TV on YouTube. All you have to do to find me is go to YouTube and type in the Voice of Confidence TV. Super easy. My watch time is going up really, really, really well. So I'm very, very happy about that. Go and enjoy some videos. There's loads of content there, loads of content. Now, if you're watching this in the Voice of Confidence TV, you may not know about my Facebook group. If you're on Facebook, go over to Facebook and type in Elisa James Voice Coach, add me, and then join my group. Find Your Voice Aspiring Speakers Club. I'll just put that on the screen for you so you can see that too. Find Your Voice Aspiring Speakers Club. So thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Happy hump day. If you've got any questions about the live cast today, just pop them in the comments below and I will see them on both channels. Okay, see ya. Mwah. Have a wonderful day. Bye.